Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Acupuncture's My Life. Now, in this episode, I want to go over certain foods that are diabetic. So if you're diabetic, listen carefully to what I'm about to go over. But I want to go over certain foods that individuals with diabetes should avoid at all costs. Okay? Because a lot of the problems that individuals face, or the main problem, I should say, as to why so many individuals are walking around with high blood sugar levels, is because of what they're putting in their mouth. And as the old cliche goes, you are what you eat. So in some cases, I've even met individuals that are like, but doc, I exercise and I do this and I do that. But then when we get down to diet, I'm like, well, there's your culprit. And then we'll have an Eastern nutrition consultation session. And many of them have noticed their blood sugar levels having dropped. Now, I will say this though, if you've been diagnosed with diabetes, you should definitely make acupuncture a part of your life. Without a doubt. No question at all. Definitely make acupuncture a part of your life. Even if you're not diabetic. But the biggest culprit in high blood sugar levels, again, is what you're putting in your mouth. And eating the wrong types of foods can result in high blood sugar levels. And I'll encounter individuals that'll say, when I recommend certain fruits, oh, but fruits have sugar. Yeah, that's nature sugar. The body's designed to assimilate with nature. And nature benefits from the human organism in and of itself. So, it's a nice little circular pattern that goes back and forth. Let me use the example of trees. Trees give us oxygen to breathe in. We give it carbon dioxide to breathe in. So think about that nature relationship. Think about how important that is. So if you're taking things that were made in a lab, it's really not real, but these chemists have perfected the art of making things taste good and smell good from a test tube. It's crazy. It's amazing. Not amazing as in good, but amazing as in bad. But there are certain foods you should definitely look to avoid, and one being sweetened beverages. And I'll have disagreements with some of my patients at the Acupuncture's My Life clinic here in New York City with regard to certain beverages, because they'll tell me, well, okay, since you discuss fruit so much and I love fruit juices, I drink apple juice and orange juice and cranberry juice every day. Okay, where are you getting? From the supermarket. And I tell them sometimes, well, I thought you were going to shock me and say you juiced it yourself. Because then I would have to high-five them and say that's the way to go. If you're juicing the oranges yourself, the apples, the cranberries, and so forth, nice. But if you're doing it the fast way, and just running up in the store and going to the refrigerator section and grabbing, I guess, one of the top brand label apple juices or orange juices. A lot of not the best sugar in those. And then you see your blood sugar levels spike and you're wondering oh my God, but this is, I meant to say gosh. Oh my gosh, this is supposed to be apple juice or orange juice. All right. And if you want to learn more, or if you don't have access to an acupuncturist, go to acupunctureismylife.com if you don't live in New York City and schedule a virtual consultation session with an acupuncturist here at Acupuncture is My Life. And just let us know you want to do an Eastern Nutrition consultation session. And no problem. We do that quite often here because there are many individuals globally who don't have access to a nearby acupuncturist. I mean, I have a colleague in St. Thomas, the U.S. Virgin Islands. I think she's the only one still to this date, and she's just backed up months. Because acupuncture's growing in popularity. Because people are listening to my podcast and they're understanding the benefits of acupuncture, and they are making acupuncture a part of their life. And they're seeing great results. Now, another form of food to look to avoid at all costs is white bread and refined grains. Because you see, white bread or pasta that was made with white bread can definitely send your blood sugar levels through the roof. It really can. And I know, I get feedback, and I know some of you are going to be like, well, I have toast for breakfast, or I make sandwiches, and I've gotten individuals that'll say, that have said, Doc, you should take your own lunch to work instead of buying food out because it's not good for you. Yeah, I did say that. But then let's get into discussing the types of foods. And if you want to learn more, especially foods relative to your constitution, again, go to acupunctureismylife.com and schedule a virtual consultation session with us. Because Eastern Nutrition consultation sessions are very important. But now, dairy foods is another. And I know you've heard me tout that many times in the past. Stay away from dairy. And I even get into disagreements with patients. Oh, but I need my almond milk, my goat milk, my cereal milk, pancake milk, jelly milk, peanut butter milk. I'm getting carried away, but just because it says milk at the end of it, it's like, you know what? I tell them, if it says milk, just stay away from it. Just stay away from it. I don't care if it came from the sun, the moon, wherever. Just stay away from it. Because in my opinion, the only milk you've ever needed in your life was when you were drinking breast milk. How many animals do you see, or different types of nuts and seeds, do you see running around drinking human breast milk? You don't. But we're running around drinking the milk from these animals and nuts and seeds. And think about that for a second. And I do use that analogy sometimes. Okay? But dairy is a huge, just avoid dairy. It's best to say that, especially if you're diabetic. Another form of food, understand this. Understand something. You see, I do these podcasts because I, just as well as many of my acupuncture colleagues, are fully aware that health is wealth. You see, an acupuncturist totally understands that the wealth is not in any form of bank account. It doesn't matter if it's cryptocurrency, retirement, mutual fund, checking, savings. Doesn't matter. It's not there. The wealth is not in your pocket, your purse, or your wallet. And the wealth is not in the shoebox in the closet. The wealth is in you. And just about every acupuncturist, only because I don't speak in absolute terms, or I would say every acupuncturist, but maybe there's one out there who just wouldn't understand that. Doubt it, but but just about every acupuncturist understands that health is wealth. But another form of food to avoid, gosh, I don't know the last time I've eaten this, but fried foods like French fries, fried chicken, just there's fried so many things now. I think I went jogging the other day on the boardwalk, and I saw an advertisement. Well, not an advertisement, but it was a stand. Yeah, it is a form of advertisement. I'm sorry, I stand corrected. It was a stand advertising they sell fried Oreo cookies. And as I'm jogging past this stand, now, have I ever eaten Oreo cookies? Yes. When I was like, between the ages of 6 and 18. You know why? Because I wasn't an acupuncturist then, so I didn't know any better. But I tried to picture those cookies being dumped in grease. And I don't know what else. Maybe do they use flour? Do they season it? I don't know. So I can only picture the cookie, and then you got to look at the grease bins that they use in these fast food places. You know when they pour all the fries in it in the tray and then dip it in the grease, and then you just see the grease boiling? I'm like, insane. Any type of natural food that goes down in that grease, because the human body benefits so much from the enzymes that's in the foods that you're eating. There's not one enzyme that's going to survive that. And it's like, oh, wow. So now I'm picturing not so much as French fries or chicken or, gosh, I've seen so many different types of foods just dumped in this grease, but I'm trying to picture a goddamn Oreo cookie going down in that grease and coming up. And I'm like, huh? How I didn't even want to turn around, jog back over to the stand, and even take a look to see what it looks like. But I do think maybe one day, just for the heck of it, I'm going to stop. I'm going to purchase one, and then when I'm walking back to my car, I'm just going to assess it. Because it has to be some scary shit to look at. I can't imagine an Oreo cookie being put in a deep fryer or that hot grease brought up and someone just popping it in their mouth and like, this tastes so good. To me, that's insane. But you don't even have to be diabetic to avoid fried foods. You just avoid it. But right now I'm talking to diabetics. Avoid fried foods. Extremely unhealthy. And if you're a chicken person, you can bake it. You can bake chicken. How about that? Tastes even better. It really, trust me, it really, really does. I'm sure it does. Another is, of course, donuts and candy. Cookies, pastries, ice cream, cakes. Basically sweets and desserts. Avoid that. You want a nice dessert? There's a banana. Avocado. Orange. Organic. Make sure it has seeds. watermelon with seeds, pineapple slices. And I know some of you out there right now listen, oh my God, he's going to send my blood sugar through the roof. No, you can't eat that, it's loaded with sugar. Again, nature's sugar is needed by the body. 70% of the carbs that you ingest every day, and I'm using that as just a base number, your brain uses just to think. So your body, with all its movement and activity going on, is left with roughly around 30% to use. So don't get caught up on, eating fruits with sugar and different type of natural foods, natural, keyword natural, nature made, unadulterated, all right? Natural foods, and oh my gosh, you gotta watch your carbs, your calorie count. Oh my gosh. When you eating natural foods, your body has receptors that align itself with these foods that you're ingesting from nature that tells you shut off, stop. So you'd automatically know when to stop. You don't need anyone telling you that if you're eating natural foods. You know what? If you're lifting something heavy right now, do me a favor and just rest it down. Please, just rest it down. I don't care if you're at the gym. I don't care if you're at work or home moving furniture around and you have to do it real quick. This will only take a few seconds. Just rest it down. And if you're operating a vehicle that has wheels, pull over to the side of the road. Jet engines, propellers, wings, whatever, landed at the nearest airport. And if you're crossing the street, I need you to hurry up and safely get across the street. And now I need you to close your eyes. And I need you to say to yourself, acupuncture is my life. And now open them. Boom. You are now brand new. And brand new you are. Now, what's another form of food you should consider? Alcohol. I have to say, alcohol. Without a doubt. Alcohol. Don't touch it. Leave it alone. I speak of alcohol so often. And I'll even add to that and say coffee. If you're not drinking room temperature water or freshly squeezed juices, then you should be drinking herbal teas. And you should also make acupuncture a part of your life, okay? Because acupuncture is my life. What's yours?